Reporting 3:30 in the morning, free agent Paul George agreed to a 4-year, $212 million max contract with the 76ers. George committed in a meeting with the Sixers officials to return east. He's going to join Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey in pursuit of an NBA title. Now, PG has averaged at least 20 points in 9 straight seasons. He's one of 5 players to average 20 points per game in each of the last 9 seasons, among individuals to play at least 30 games in each of those seasons. Of course, we got more coming up on Paul George here in the show. But our next stop, how about Golden State, where we are witnessing the dismantling of a dynasty. Klay Thompson, unrestricted free agent, unlikely to resign with the Warriors, has been linked to the Mavericks, the Lakers, among other teams. Wendy, give us the up-to-date latest on Klay Thompson's free agency.
Well, the Warriors and Klay Thompson have moved on from each other. They are now focused on finding a sign-and-trade deal that can give Klay the best possible contract in his new destination. He had some mutual interest in the Clippers and 76ers, but both of those teams have made signings in the last 12 hours that make this a little bit more difficult. So I really do believe it's coming down to the Mavericks and the Warriors looking for trades that they can make, ancillary trades. They can make a move with the Warriors a little simpler. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they both could sign Klay outright. And when Klay makes his choice, he can go to either place. But right now, I do believe the Mavericks are ahead, not only with Klay, but also in their pursuit of a transaction that works. They have already cleared some maneuvering space by trading Tim Hardaway Jr. last week to the Detroit Pistons. The Lakers, yes, LeBron James has offered to take less money, and that's definitely something the Lakers could take him up on, but they probably need to make an ancillary move to create some space underneath the apron to do this Klay Thompson deal. I think the Mavericks can get Klay Thompson to a contract in the neighborhood of 4 years and about $67, $68 million. And that is now the goal the Lakers have to try to hit themselves in a sign and trade package. So Klay is obviously going to take his time. We'll see how it plays out today. But I think it's really a stare down between the Mavericks and the Lakers at this point.
But, you know, when you look at stylistically on the court, I mean, you get Luka, you get Kyrie driving, kick it out to Klay. All you got to do is shoot. He's probably the best spot-up shooter.
And what was the issue against the Celtics?
Knocking down
shots. They shot under 32% from 3 in that series. You have somebody that can knock down. And Klay Thompson, you can say all the things that that has fallen off for him in the last couple of years. But one thing that has not is the shooting. 41% 2 years ago, 39% this season. A catch-and-shoot guy, one of the legendary catch-and-shoot shooters in the NBA, in NBA's history, and you know he can get hot. We have seen that throughout his career. It's exactly the fit that the Dallas Mavericks need because they look like a team that almost had everything, but the one thing that was missing the most, especially in the biggest stage, was the shooting. And by the way, here's a guy that's been on the biggest stage in the NBA over the last decade, so he certainly won't shrink in the spotlight. It's a perfect fit, Cuss, for the Dallas Mavericks, and if you think about it, for Klay Thompson.
You know, Timmy B, you're a hoop aficionado. Klay Thompson leaving Golden State for Dallas would be like what?
Be like Ray Allen going from from Boston to Miami back in 2012. Very similar circumstances. Yeah. You got a Hall of Fame shooting guard, one of the best three-point shooters of all time. Goes, you see him making shots here, hitting the shot in Game 6 against Miami or against San Antonio to get them to a Game 7 and ultimately win that title. But that was a similarly acrimonious circumstance. You saw Ray Allen leave to go take a bench role in Miami. I don't know if Klay's going to come off the bench, but this feels like a situation where for both sides, it's good for it to be a fresh start. Klay gets out of Golden State. He obviously came off the bench last year. There was some hard feelings about that. The Warriors are in a position where they're obviously retooling the franchise now. They're not really a championship contender at this point. And to Alan's point, the Mavs with Klay are one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the West. They got a real shot. So to me, it makes sense all the way around for him to do this.
And look, he went and won a couple of more championships. Talking about Ray Allen when he went there to the Miami.
And if you think about it too, it's not easy to play with Luka Doncic. It's not. For a lot of guys, it's difficult. Porzingis had trouble with it. Christian Wood. Other guys who are normally looking for the ball want the ball in their hands. One thing Klay has is built in already. He has played with Steph Curry. So he already understands when the ball orbits around one guy, how do I play off of a superstar like
He ain't
that.
dribbling anyway.
He knows.
Exactly. Yeah, all you got to do is catch and shoot.
Too many dribbles down.
right.
You're right. But I'm saying he already knows how to play
it's a
with
perfect
somebody
fit.
like that. So it's such a great fit.
Okay, so then, Wendy, let me come to you because, listen, Klay is a California guy. LeBron has already made a phone call to him. His dad, obviously a great Laker, still calls the games there. You tell me why Klay Thompson wouldn't be a perfect fit for the Lakers.
Well, he would be a perfect fit for the Lakers, and the Lakers are trying to get it done, and they may get it done. But, the thing about what the Lakers are is with what they've got on their roster and what they've got, to maneuver under the apron with eventually also re-signing LeBron James, they're a step away. They've got to make an intermediate trade. If they make that intermediate trade early today, I think the chances of them getting Klay increase. But I also think Klay is compelled by that match that you guys are talking about in Dallas. I think fitting alongside Luka and Kyrie would potentially be very comfortable for him. And, they've obviously proven that they're a serious contender. They are a better team than the Lakers, even by adding him. And so he's closer to a championship by joining the Mavericks in all likelihood than he is with the Lakers, pending any other moves the Lakers might be able to pull off.
And that's the biggest point to me, is that the Mavs are by far the better team. Yes. Like Klay Thompson has a lot of nostalgia to be able to potentially go home to play for the team his dad's still calling games for. But if you're talking about his best chance to, stick it to the Warriors, if you're looking at it that way,
that's exactly
going
it.
to Dallas where they could certainly be back in the conference finals, back in the finals, make Custer really happy.
I love it.
Go back to his
love it.
It only makes sense, really, for him to go to Dallas. If he goes to the Lakers, it's for these other reasons. It's not to be on the best possible team.
And wouldn't it also come with unnecessary expectations? Because right away you're going there and it becomes, what are we going to talk about? The Lakers, are they closer to being a contender and all that stuff? And it puts so much pressure